what you want to do to at least start prepping for the raid once WitchQueen comes out is you want to, of course, do the campaign and we'll do the whole campaign and everything. Pick up blues, but don't infuse blues yet until like maybe the end. But you want to get as far as you can with blues before you start infusing them into your gear that you're going to be bringing into the raid. And then if you want to be somewhat deep into power cap before the raid arrives, you probably want to, I'm predicting the raid like entry level to be like maybe 1520, maybe 1530. I'm not expecting it to be like hard cap right away. So there's that. And then weapons, it depends on like what the artifact is and like, you know, weapon changes and all that, since fusion rifles won't be in meta since particle deconstruction is going away. So if anything, it might be rockets, so prepare a good rocket, or if you have Gjallarhorn, use that. And yeah, so basically once
your basic
yeah,
area clearing stuff, if you've got something you prefer for area clearing,
exactly,
like
yeah. And we all know bows are going to be anti-barrier, so definitely bring one unless there's something else for anti-barrier. See, for Hive, I think they mainly have anti-barrier. I know that they don't have overload, do they? Hive normally? I don't think so. I mainly see like, you know, anti-barrier knights and then overload ogres. So we're probably gonna need anti-barrier and overload for sure. But yeah, I'll make another video once we know more stuff.
Yeah, some of that's going to come when we actually like know what we're doing.
Exactly.
Because right now we're sort of, a lot of it's in the air. Like we don't really know what's going to happen with everything. And I'm sure that there's been more leaks, like not really leaks, but they've told a little bit of stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And you know, those of you who watch those videos and are in the know more about it than like I would. But a lot of that's going to depend on, because you know, a lot of that just depends on how you feel about stuff. Because obviously we're going to need people who can do like overload and barrier. That stuff we can't really like not bring. Obviously from like this last raid and stuff, it gets really hard if you don't have it.
True.
But because we don't know what kind of new weapons, even just regular weapons that are coming out, there might be something that you find you really enjoy. There might be. So even though the meta is important, make sure you're ready to raid, but also comfortable, because
yeah.
I mean, look at me. I'm running around most of the time with the fusion rifle, the linear fusion rifle, which is the meta right now. And if I have it and I'm fighting Thydras, I die. I have to have something that's not a fusion rifle. So. And
a lot of that's just going to be being smart with your powerful gear and stuff when it drops.
So don't
putting it into what you need.
Yeah, don't put anything don't infuse anything until you know what you're bringing.
Exactly.
I'll probably bring something very similar to what I already bring with my 2 supers that I use, because I know the 2 supers I like to use, but who knows? You know, I don't usually use the, like in this raid, I use the gravitation forfeit, which is the one that makes it so I have improved invisibility.
Yeah.
And I never use that for anything other than just like if I'm just fucking around and want to be invisible more often. Like I don't usually use that.
Yeah,
but
there's
because
very
of the
low builds that can actually spec into that.
Exactly.
Right.
Also,
the reason I use it in this raid is because
the void rework is going to change things.
I was just about to mention that.
Right.
I want Link.
So, but I was saying that the reason I use it, the only reason I have it as maxed as it is right now is because I use it during the spot where Adam turns us invisible.
Yeah, it's actually useful.
Right, it's actually useful in this raid. So we don't all know exactly what's going to be useful. We'll have to just feel around for it. So be ready. Boss damage is always a good thing to build for, because you're always going to need boss damage and area clear. So if you've got something you really enjoy to clear
come emote with us.
Clear like big groups of things out, then
yeah, I'm not going to make any plans myself, because it's probably going to change depending on like how the glaive works, honestly.
Yeah, the glaive.
I really want to bring that into a raid.
Oh shit, we've started something, guys.
The glaive probably is going to be pretty good, but then if we're using the possible exotic glaive, assuming there is one, then we won't be able to use Gjallarhorn. So I assume if the glaive is useful, I don't want
Well-
everybody to be running a glaive.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. We're not entirely certain that glaive is going to be in the heavy spot.
That is true.
Glaive is. We're pretty sure glaive is going to be in the energy weapon slot.
Yeah.
But we still don't know. So
Because they talked about having a glaive and a sword.
I mean, it could be in
Yeah.
both. We don't really know.
I mean,
Who-
yeah, we have, it's
true.
too much speculation right now.
yes,
We don't know
basically,
what's what.
Yeah.
The best way to
My
that I,
point.
the best way that I see most
Mhm.
raid stuff going is be ready for a boss phase, a boss spec, and a clearing spec. Something you enjoy clearing ads with, and something that's good for boss damage. Because that right there is going to be a good baseline of armors and things that you should have.
Exactly.
So yeah,
So-
pretty much bring what you're comfortable with.
100%. Yeah. So
Also,
yeah.
Everyone who picked up the raid bounty today, don't forget to turn it in.
exactly that too.
Like me, the fool.
Yes. So yeah.
We really are having a party. Over
to
there.
to close out the video, basically TLDR, if you for some reason just skip to the end or you speed everything up like most people, TLDR, bring what you're comfortable with, but of course don't be afraid to test out new weapons. Void spec is changing, so that might be important to bring into the raid, at least for some. If you're running the glaive, make sure you can, and of course, like Mercy said, boss killing stuff, ad clearing stuff, or maybe a mix of both, depending on what we're able to use. And yeah, and of course, for gearing up powerfuls, don't grab powerfuls right away. Let powerfuls be the last thing you get. You don't want it to influence like anything that might like change up, that might mess up your power grind. Use blues up
Right.
until you can no longer, and then start
I
using
would
your powerfuls.
I would basically say if you're not going to be really really
Aren't they
active.
getting rid of- Pardon me, but aren't they getting rid of a lot of blues?
Yeah, the blues are going away once you reach soft cap. So basically,
Okay,
use blues up until they go away for you.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, don't even bother infusing anything until basically raid day, unless you're
Maybe, yeah.
really, really
Yeah.
ahead.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
for me, I probably won't be that far ahead, but some people might be. So
Keep interest in gear, but don't infuse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that would be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, of course. And feel free to stay tuned for more WitchQueen prep videos and raid prep videos once we know more information. All right. Peace.